In order to achieve them, that we're going to have to prioritise the integration and the working in partnership, because I think we've still got people developing in silos. And I think today's conference was quite noticeable. If you look at how many different papers are out about care pathways, consultation, plans, training strategies, but they're not linked together, and you can't help but be frustrated by the fact that I think people will be quite distracted by how many different things there are. I think we need to establish a interactive, multidisciplinary group that comes from different agencies that are working on one objective and doing that together rather than each trying to prioritise their own thing. I mean, if we haven't even agreed the dates and the targets in terms of the figures between different organisations, I think that's quite a sorry state, really. Yeah, I mean, it's just far too small, isn't it? I mean, I know that we've all got demands on all sorts of bits of money, but if you look at those figures, that, you know, if you put the deaths by heart disease and cancer together, and you still don't even touch the level of impact that you see in dementia, it's got to have some sense about investment. And particularly as we see that dementia hitting younger people, predominantly with learning disabilities, the impact of that, I think the calculation is fourfold on what the current state is. The other side is that we see people now living with dementia for much longer. So we recently had somebody who was 104 and still living at home on their own and had had 30 years of care, which would be unheard of when I started my career. And it's a really good thing, but that's going to cost the state. Oh, I think it's essential, isn't it? I mean, apart from the fact that they have the right to have co-production and to influence what we're doing, it's the value and the flesh that they bring to it. Because as has been said today, every experience is different, and therefore I think the wealth of intelligence and experience that they bring. I mean, George was a great example, isn't it? And it is quite difficult to understand, isn't it, how somebody with that diagnosis can be so calm in a way when they're actually giving an audience that they're unused to that level of interaction. I think they're to be admired, but also think they're to be treasured. I think the variation has been quite inspirational. I think whilst it's been slightly irritating to keep using the same data, which is why I ditched mine, then it is also quite reassuring that we do all have the same facts and we are all working to the same goals. I think the frustration would be that I think it became very obvious by midway through the morning that people want more pace. They want more pace and they want a bit more structure around it, because we've got huge amounts of knowledge. So what stops us using it at a faster pace?